We look at farmhouses, second homes as areas, far-fetched locations. You know, that's not the answer. Illegal sprawls,
Right.
no EDC paid, following the town and
जो हो
country
रखा है,
planning
जो हो
norms.
रखा है.
Illegal sprawls. आपने पैसे लगा दिए, किसी दिन JCB आ रही है, किसी दिन कंस्ट्रक्शन टूट रहा है.
That's right. That's
है ना?
right. That's right.
आप ऐसी जगह पे सेकंड होम ले रहे हैं जहां पे आप रात को अपने परिवार के साथ भी नहीं जा सकते.
Right. You don't know the safety, security yet.
Just because your neighbor bought it, that's another bubble. That's another bubble.
Right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today at our show, I've got a young man who brings the energy to change, the habitual cities, the infra, the future of our city, of our state, and possibly the entire India. I welcome Vardhan Singh Chaudhary ji to our show, and I'm hoping that all of you will get what is happening with future of our country with regarding to building planned habitual cities. He is a partner at Corridor Assets, and he's working towards building a planned habitual city beyond NCR. He's a man who has done a lot of great things. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Appreciate this time. Appreciate you having me over.
What I would like is just a brief background for our viewers, to people at large, at what Vardhan ji has been doing with his, developments, with his projects, and a little bit background on where you come from, or maybe where you went to school.
Yes, sure. So I had this company called Northwood Infrastructure, where we were buying defunct industrial assets. Through the NCLT route, through the Sarfezi route, we would participate in these auctions. Most of these industrial areas were on the old NH48A, which goes from Delhi all the way Jaipur to Mumbai. So I spent a considerable amount of my time on that highway. These were industrial areas primarily in Rajasthan, some of them in Haryana. We would buy these factories, we would revive them, we would sanitize the documents, and then we would offload them to MSMEs. So in a way, we were putting money in the banking system, sir.
Great. This is something that in the US was very, very common. What I'm really excited to see is new players are coming in and doing this, giving different companies a second life and building new companies out of companies that had once existed. So for me, this is again a new India, a new Bharat that is developing. One of the questions is, how big is the Delhi-Mumbai Expressway in terms of India growth story?
Very big, sir, very big. So as I said, I spend most of my time on the old national highway, and just getting on that national highway is a pain today. So you're talking about the densest population agglomeration in the world, not in the country, not just the country, in the world. That's NCR. And joining it to the west coast of India, where you have the biggest manufacturing hubs in Maharashtra and in Gujarat, the biggest seaports in the country on the west coast, and the crown jewel of this country, the financial hub, Mumbai. This expressway is joining these two centers.
See, what's important to understand is that mobility brings economic development. So one of the things that, in my view, is that as these expressways are being built, I really want to thank Honorable Minister of Transport, Nitin Gadkari ji, who's done such great work in building roads, connecting. Jitna zyada connectivity hogi, that will bring mobility, that will bring business, that will bring entrepreneurship, that will make India, we're going to be the third largest economy in the world. We're going to be the third largest equity market in the world. This plays a major role, and I'm really glad to see that you are seeing this happen. And the Mumbai is the heartbeat, is the New York, is the London of India. That's where the financial market sits. Maharashtra is the biggest state, so you're absolutely right. One of the questions that I see is China's urban infrastructure is developed to a level that is, even in my view, better than US. You look at Shanghai, you look at Guangzhou, you look at many cities, even tier 2, 3, 4 cities are very futuristic.
Right.
You have got a lot of knowledge in this space. How can India replicate China in terms of urban infrastructure and standard of living growth?
China, authoritarian, they did it a different way. We can't do that. We cannot replicate it. We don't have the laws the way China did it. We need new cities. The existing ones are dying out. We need new cities, periphery of big cities, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. Corridors like the NE4, National Expressway 4, or the Delhi-Mumbai Expressway can answer that question of making habitable, sustainable cities comparable to the West, comparable to the developed world. The NE4 has the potential to unlock energies. Because to start off with, NE4, Delhi-Mumbai Expressway, virgin, greenfield, and it goes through areas which were never really accessible. The most backward areas of Haryana, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, in a way even Gujarat, before it enters into JNPT and Mumbai. So all of a sudden, it's taken 3 years. God bless Mr. Gadkari. It's taken 3 years. Still parts of Maharashtra are still to be developed, the last stretches of NE4. But this is going to open up areas. This is already opening up areas that were never discovered.
No, I think you're absolutely, Vardhan, you're absolutely right. That to compare ourselves with China would be difficult. But I would tell you, you're absolutely right. Delhi is not a planned city. You know, Chandigarh has done much, much better.
Far better.
But far better, right? You know. So I think that the need of the hour is to do, and what Corridor is doing. I think the work that Corridor is talking about and what you're planning for, what you're trying to execute, puts the platform for our nation and our cities to be better. I think what Corridor is doing here can be replicated across the country, because that sigsituation happens in Bangalore, that happens in Chennai, that happens in, I mean, you know, at the Omega Group, we have many, many units in Pune. Pune was a city which was a lot better. Today, the congestion, the traffic, so things are moving out. So I think this is what China did. Tier 2, 3, 4 cities, better development, better infrastructure, better living standards, better AQI. So this is extremely important.
China has multiple examples. The Pearl Delta Basin.
That's right.
The Yangtze River Delta Basin, periphery of Shanghai. Phenomenal. 3-4% landmass of the country, contributing 25% GDP of the country. Just imagine that.
It's super. No, it's absolutely, you've hit the nail on the question that relates to that is, how will India and how will decongestion of NCR, you know, which is the crown jewel of the country, the capital of this country, the Prime Minister lives here, and the densest population, you know, itne sare log, itne chote space mein reh rahe hain. So, iske baare mein, how to decongest NCR, how do you see this? And how does Corridor help?
Yeah. Simple answer, new nodes. New urban centers on the periphery. Fair enough? Mm-hmm. Yeah?
That's right, absolutely.
New urban centers, new economic centers.
I think this is...
We need to move jobs out of NCR.
बिल्कुल वर्धन जी, you hit the nail on the head. जो ये बोल रहे हैं, ये हमारी पब्लिक के लिए, सी हम विलेजेस से दूसरी टीयर 3-4 सिटीज से हम दिल्ली, मुंबई, बेंगलोर सब जाते हैं. ये रास्ता अब रिवर्स होना चाहिए. जो आप बोल रहे हैं, वर्धन जी जो बोल रहे हैं, इसका बहुत ही, this is a very, very important point about how we need to move traffic out of Delhi outside. And the further we go, the planned cities we have, that's what people want. People want cleaner air, cleaner water. They want not to be in traffic for hours. This is what Gen Z and the generation beyond that is absolutely looking for. The question that goes from here is, can India actually build world-class cities, urban centers, rivaling, you know, what a Singapore or a Dubai or for example, Bangkok? I mean, it's congested there, but the infrastructure is there. And how do we do this? And B, you know, we talk about Viksit Bharat. How do we develop that?
Starting from scratch?
Yeah.
Starting from scratch. They need to get their land acquisition in place. You need large land parcels to build a city. You can't do it without land. Do we have the laws currently? Land is a state subject. Multiple states have not got their act together. Let's be honest. You compare Uttar Pradesh They did their amendments in 2017 16. They go, they buy huge parcels of land around the new Jewar airport. They're building a city there. What has Haryana done? What has Rajasthan done? They haven't acquired a single acre of land since 2013. Neither HSIDC nor RICO nor any of the urban development authorities in both these states. And the NE4, the Delhi-Mumbai Expressway, is running through both these states. So what about the last mile? So you've given the access.
Why do you think you're absolutely right, Vardhan? You're absolutely right. मेरे को बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हो. I'm from Haryana. I love Haryana, right?
Right.
And I am to say, हरियाणा और राजस्थान पीछे रह गया.
जी.
क्यों रह गया? क्यों नहीं हो रहा?
जी.
क्यों नहीं ये डेवलपमेंट हो रही? आपने बिल्कुल ठीक बोला कि look at UP, look at what Yogi ji has done.
जी.
They have, I mean, that Jewar putting up that airport, mobility, I'll keep coming back to
Right.
mobility laoge, development aayegi, access to, I mean, Delhi airport is absolutely congested. So Jewar has changed, and airport has changed the entire infrastructure. It has changed everything about, that region. And you're absolutely right. I will say India wants to know why. Why has Haryana and Rajasthan not done it, in your view?
So I think Haryana and Rajasthan, they went through the land pooling route to avoid the social impact assessment aspect of land acquisition. And I think both the states have failed thoroughly on that front.
I think you're absolutely right. I also think we need a government more focused on building, right? हमें ये सोचना है, अमेरिका में बोलते हैं President Trump, no, Mr. President, as everybody he would likes to be addressed, not Mr. President. Mr. President has been focused on that. I think Haryana needs to focus on जैसे योगी जी ने किया है, and I think the opportunity is there. Haryana is such a industrial, residential. There's so much going on. I mean, I'm proud to say I'm from Haryana, and I do believe that more needs to be done. My next question comes: what will it take to achieve these dreams? What is the last mile or missing link that the government of India needs to do to get its act together? The reason, Vardhan, I ask this question is, मैं किसी को कंप्लेंट नहीं कर रहा, लेकिन थोड़ा स्लो है.
जी.
मैं देखता हूँ जो UAE ने किया, जो सिंगापुर ने किया, जो बहुत सारी अदर वियतनाम ने किया. मैं वो जरूर कहूँगा छोटी कंट्रीज हैं, छोटा एरिया है, हमारा बहुत बड़ा शिप है, तो टाइम लगता है. Different religions, different cultures, different political scenarios. But I'll tell you what, मुझे लगता है कि गवर्नमेंट को, देखिए गवर्नमेंट को तो करना है, लेकिन जहां हम थोड़ा सा, it has to be a public private partnership.
जी.
इसमें मेरी आपकी view, what is the missing link?
So I feel
that either the government or the people can.
G. I feel, again, coming back to the expressway, the expressway has opened up new areas where statutory compliances are not as stringent when it comes to town and country planning as the major cities. Massive opportunities, new master plan, cheaper land, better AQI, easy access. It's the perfect storm. Now the stakeholders need to come, the policy makers need to be on board, and they need to do something about it. For example, urban local bodies on the periphery of some of the exits of NE4, जैसे Baroda Mayo in Alwar, Ramgarh in Alwar, Bandi Kui of Jaipur, उसे तो urban improvement trust declare कर दिया राजस्थान गवर्नमेंट ने. Positive step. Master plans are being made of ULBs, Nagar Palikas, the ones I've mentioned. Gurgaon was a Nagar Palika a few decades back.
Right.
Just imagine that.
Look at today.
Look at it today, So there is opportunity for investors, stakeholders, manufacturers, logistic players to come and play the story.
बिल्कुल, you're absolutely right. See, मैं बार बार ये लोगों को कहता हूँ, the journey, this is a marathon, not a sprint. हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हम लोग कभी कुछ थोड़ा सा storm आता है,
जी.
जैसे आज आ रखा है, सब they kind of run. मेरे व्यू में ये journey is to develop. The demand is there, the consumption is there, and I think that the points that you are hitting, Vardhan, are extremely important for the public at large. That this is something that needs to happen, but the government cannot do everything.
Right.
This is not going to be China.
The government cannot do everything. Let's be honest.
And they won't do it.
People need to get out and start taking positions.
And those people that do, they are the real winners. जीत उन्हीं की होती है जो रिस्क लेंगे और मेरे एक्सपीरियंस में जो फॉरवर्ड थिंकिंग रखेगा.
First mover advantage. You know, get out of your comfort zone and see what's going on outside. 2 hours, 3 hours, hour and a half from Rajiv Chowk in Gurgaon in NCR.
That's right.
You know?
And I think that's, देखिए ये आज नहीं तो कल
जी.
ये होगा ही होगा.
जी.
तो जो फर्स्ट मूवर एडवांटेज लेगा,
जी.
जो फर्स्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट करेगा, मेरे को बहुत you know, in my life they say if you do not want to take risk then just buy an insurance.
जी.
है ना, इंश्योरेंस में you know, buy a bond and you'll never get you know, so see, मेरा तो नेचर रिस्क टेकिंग का है. I know there are many businessmen, young men and women, entrepreneurs, Gen Z who want to do this. And देखिए जो आज हम बात कर रहे हैं, मे बी कई लोगों को आज नहीं समझ आएगा, but I can really tell you in the next 5 years ट्रेन छूट जाएगी. So I think the key part is to understand and podcasts like this or discussions like this is to inform the public. And I want to say, I've watched Vardhan build his business, the work that he has done at Corridor. You know, I think all of us need to take, usse prerna leni chahiye. The next question I have for you is...
Can I just continue, just shortly on this?
Go ahead.
So we were talking about what the government can do, you know, and what private investors, you know, what are they supposed to be doing? अब government ने तो जी ये spine बना दिया है. भारतवर्ष का स्पाइन है ये. They are joining all major economic centers in the periphery of this expressway. They are joining it to NH48A, जो पुराना हाईवे था. They are joining it with Jewar. They are joining Jaipur, Indore, Baroda, JNPT. So all these access-controlled expressways are congregating on this one major expressway, super expressway. At the exit points of this expressway is where the story is. Land is cheaper, statutory compliances are lenient, they want you to come, the master plans are being made. People need to just get up and go invest.
No, I think that is, Vardhan, it will happen. हमारी कंट्री में एक फिनोमेना है.
जी.
मैं फिर बोल रहा हूँ, I'm from Haryana. So you remember that young kid that throws the javelin? जब वो ओलंपिक नहीं जीता था तो उसको तो कोई पूछ ही नहीं रहा था. एक गोल्ड मेडल ने आज की डेट में he's become king. So I think that you know, in America we say build Rome and they will come. So what you're doing, what Corridor is doing, what Vardhan and Corridor is combinedly doing, you build them, they'll come. And I think this is something that is a discussion that in the future will show how your ideas, your vision to build Corridor and to build these cities, to build the infrastructure. It's infrastructure. That's how China did it.
Absolutely.
And so I'm with you. So, you know, Vardhan, what I want to talk about is the sort of investment opportunities that are there for investors to participate in this massive infrastructure story unfolding. Obviously, you know, every company, whether it's Corridor, whether whoever, investment is important. And so your input into this investment opportunities for investors at large,
yes. So
would be important.
Yeah. So logistics is a major one, major story playing out. You know, when you're joining the big ports, JNPT, Mundra, Pipavav, the future ones that are coming, you're joining Mumbai, तो वहाँ का जो freight आ रहा है, for them to access the खपत, जो खपत जो मंडी है देश की, NCR, for it to access NCR, it needs to come to this one single junction called the Seetal Cut.
The Seetal Cut, right.
Which sits on the NE4. This is the first exit in Rajasthan when you're coming from NCR. Right at that point, you have another spur which is under construction, which is joining the old NH48. And it just so happens it is joining it at the spot where you have the Trans-Haryana. So from this one exit point, you can access NCR, which is 100 kilometers away, all parts of NCR. You can access Himachal, Punjab effortlessly. Phenomenal. And that one spot, there are DPRs being made. Some of them got cancelled last year, where they are planning on connecting the Agra Expressway to this one junction. So just imagine, सारा freight जो आ रहा है west का, अगर उसे एनसीआर आना है, नॉर्थ इंडिया जाना है, या आगरा एक्सप्रेसवे ऑनवर्ड्स टू लखनऊ, ईस्टर्न यूपी अगर एक्सेस करना है, तो उसे इस एक जंक्शन पे आना पड़ेगा. Phenomenal from logistics, warehousing, from that industry there's a massive opportunity. Another one, there's this one point that not a lot of people talk about, is Aravali's. It's going from the NCR, Haryana होते हुए राजस्थान, entering Gujarat. अब irony बोल लो, इत्तेफाक बोल लो, it sits on the periphery of NE4. Second homes, you know, people want to move out of the city.
Is it Vardhan, is it like in Mumbai, and I know you have history with Mumbai. I definitely want to meet your dad one day from all the films that he's made over the years. What I want to ask you is it like Mumbai and Alibag? Is it something like that? Is it where you're seeing more and more cities and outward movement?
I think Alibag could be comparable because of its proximity to Mumbai. Green, open space, the sea. Yes, in a way. There has never been an alternative for NCR where you can easily access Delhi, South Delhi, Faridabad, all of NCR, an hour and a half away, 2 hours away.
And Corridor is doing that.
We're doing that.
And that's an extremely important point to understand, that Corridor is giving customers.
Right.
You have found an area where people, and I want this to, part of this is for the viewers to know that there are options, that they can come and look at companies like Corridor are doing this.
Yeah. Another thing that we're going through right now is, let's call it a bubble. There is actually a real estate bubble in North India, maybe other cities of the country, but North India में definitely है. People might not like what I'm saying, but it दिख रहा है. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, जो पैसा लगना था इन्वेस्टर का वो लग चुका है पिछले 4-5 साल में. So I am putting my money on ULBs, Nagar Palikas, right in the periphery of the exits of this expressway. We are going to see the next wave of growth at these expressway exits where you have some sort of urban agglomeration, existing urban agglomeration. And what the government needs to do, last mile, is come in, plan and build.
I think you're absolutely right, Vardhan. जो नया दौर है, I also have of the same opinion that the rates in some of the projects, I'm not going to name them, but in Gurgaon, and the prices that are going are not sustainable. Now, look, supply and demand, there's always supply and demand, but I think that this is an extremely important point, and I think in my experience from the markets and other places, I do agree. The question that goes from that is the question of capital flight from Delhi, from NCR to Dubai, Dholera, Goa. I mean, I'll tell you, Dubai is a bit of an anomaly. I've spent about 20 years in the UAE. I consider myself half Indian, half Emirati.
Right.
Emirates has been home to me
amazing place
for a long, long time.
Right.
I have had a great history. But do you see capital flight from Delhi to
Yeah, it has.
And Goa is already happening, and so is Dholera, and so is Dubai.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. It has happened. Over the last few years, it has happened. But, personally for me, if I'm putting money in land, in a capital asset, I want to put money in a place where I can at least access it, use it for my family, safely go, stay over, maybe have some rental yield coming out from it. Places like Dholera, Goa, Dubai, like how often are you actually going to go there?
You're absolutely
I'm not going to talk about you, but there are people like how often are you actually
No,
going
you're
to
absolutely
access
right.
these
No,
places?
listen. See, I think in Dubai people invested on capital appreciation.
जी.
कि बस आज लिया 1 million dirham का तो
जी.
2 साल के बाद 3 का हो गया. But I understand that. You look for me, most of these markets are overpriced also. There are areas investment, but I think you're absolutely right. Now, I still come back to what Corridor is doing, and I want people to understand, is that an hour and a half away from the city is going to be, आज नहीं solution होगा, तो 3 साल के बाद यही solution होगा.
जी.
और rates and values will be much higher
Ji.
than they are today. So I tend to agree. A question I have is, and this is very, the question of second home. People are talking about second homes, natural living. For me, this is extremely important. Green, large format, living mountains. That living the areas and doing things that are, giving you that lifestyle. I mean, दिल्ली में दिल वालों की दिल्ली कहते हैं, लेकिन clean air, clean water, sewage problem तो है.
जी.
Look, I mean, people might not like it.
जी.
अगर मैं किसी से क्वेश्चन करूं, मेरे ख्याल से 8 out of 10 people will say आज की डेट में दिल्ली में रहना बड़ा मुश्किल है. I want to ask you this second home के लिए, your views and I think that's what you're talking about
जी
too.
जी बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
So please.
Is Delhi livable? वही बात है, वो जो बात कर रहे थे हम. आदमी जीवन भर पैसा बनाता है, डिस्पोजेबल इनकम है, आर्थिक स्तर ठीक ठाक है, लेकिन एक घर, सिलिब्रल रिलीज, ना हमारे यहाँ गार्डन्स हैं, ना रवीन्स हैं, ना लेक्स हैं. कहाँ जाएगा?
Camellias में तो सब
नहीं जाएगा. जी
नहीं रह सकते ना.
नहीं सर.
And that's a bubble itself.
जी.
So you're absolutely right. For me to live in a cleaner air, cleaner environment, ये मेरे लिए बहुत important है.
जी.
ये मेरे लिए तो सबसे important चीज है.
जी.
जान है तो जहान है.
बिल्कुल.
कहते हैं. So I think that second homes, building outside the cities, you've seen this everywhere. And I do see this trend going forward.
Right.
I do see it.
Please. Let me just add
Yeah.
to that. We look at farmhouses, second homes as areas, far-fetched locations. That's not the answer. Illegal sprawls.
Right.
No EDC paid. Following the town and
जो हो
country
रखा है,
planning
जो हो
norms.
रखा है.
Illegal sprawls. आपने पैसे लगा दिए, किसी दिन JCB आ रही है, किसी दिन कंस्ट्रक्शन टूट रहा है.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
आप ऐसी जगह पे सेकंड होम ले रहे हैं जहां पे आप रात को अपने परिवार के साथ भी नहीं जा सकते.
Right. You don't know the safety, security yet.
Just because your neighbor bought it, that's another bubble. That's another bubble.
Right.
So for me, a second home should be where I can happily, safely access it. It should be in the periphery of an expressway exit.
Very right.
It should be statutory compliant.
True.
It should be mortgageable. It
Right.
should be bankable. It should be an asset that I can use with my family.
I absolutely concur with you, Vardhan. I think that is the future of this country. I second it. I believe in what you're doing. One question I have, and this is going to be the final question, is has India time come? Has ये भारत इसका वक्त आ गया है? Some input from you would be good.
देखो सर, जब मेरी उम्र थोड़ी कम थी तब एक्सेस टू द इंटरनेट, एक्सेस टू मीडिया, हम दोनों बाहर मुल्कों में रहे हैं, देशों में रहे हैं, हमें पता है स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग क्या है. आजकल पीपल आर मोर अवेयर. They see how the West is living, they see how the developed countries are, and everybody aspires. India's time has come. But we need to get our act together. We need to do the last mile things together. And everything can't just be कि जी गवर्नमेंट पे डाल दो, कि जी मैं अपने पैसे बाहर लगा रहा हूं, मेरे को ना कोई कॉल लेना है ना पैसे लगाना है. ये हमारा देश है, ये कहीं नहीं जाने वाला, हम कहीं नहीं जाने वाले. So the story is out here. Are we aware of what is happening in front of us? What sort of infrastructure projects are happening? What sort of opportunities are coming up? So I feel yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. Vardhan, in my view, the future of our country, the energy of our country, what is going on with regards to, entrepreneurship, thinking forward, people like yourselves, people like myself, and many, many men and women are joining this. And I'm excited to be part of, I think it's never been a better time in our history. And with the leadership, that has been consistent. That has been something that I'm proud of, and I think this is something that should work really well. This interview with Vardhanji has raised a very, very good point, and then जो problems हैं, जो unstuck stocks हैं, builders के पास हैं, जो problems हैं, इसका एक ही solution है: public-private partnerships. जो इन्वेंट्री फंसी हुई है उसको रीवैल्यू करके, रीडेवलप करके, बिकॉज प्राइसिंग का रियल मुद्दा है, लेकिन बहुत बहुत ऐसी पब्लिक है दैट नीड्स दैट स्टॉक. इट्स रीप्राइसिंग, एंड इन दैट बैंक्स, गवर्नमेंट, डेवलपर्स हैव टू वर्क टुगेदर. इस देश में किसी भी चीज को अगर हम अचीव करना चाहें, मेरे लिए एक ही लाइन है, there are no problems, there are only solutions. And I think looking at those units, whatever number Vardhanji has talked about or the public data is, we have to figure out how public private partnerships and banks can help individuals that need those homes, those inventory. And I think there are millions of people that would be looking at it at the right pricing. I think this whole interview at our studios has been very productive, and I hope you will want more of this in the future. Thank you very much.